gets hurt either way, I suppose. But I did what I thought was right at the time. That's all anyone can do, isn't it? Mullen was terrible at remembering to lock windows. I wonder if he ever realised his role in all of this.
No floppy disks detected.
Keycards were beginning to restrict everyone's access. Having the correct level of security clearance was important.
Steve, the fuse box for Charles Bowman's office is playing up.
Steve and Dan were on patrol that evening. Both good men.
What, again?
Don't worry, maintenance are going to be on it first thing in the morning. If it trips again, just leave it. No need us running up and down the stairs every 10 minutes for a false alarm.
If they caught me up there, they wouldn't believe what I was doing.
Okay, roger that. Makes my life easier anyway.
That's not me telling you to take a break, Steve. You still have a job to do.
But I had no intention of being caught.
Yeah, of course. No problem.
I'll be in the lobby if you...
People were still researching union law. Too little, too late. The guard patrol was quite loose at the facility, at least before all of this. They wouldn't be back anytime soon. He would have understood. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just telling myself that, but he would have understood. Everything I needed was on that cartridge. The fate of a nation in ones and zeros. Sounds of the bloody 60s, 70s and today. The jingle replayed me for months afterwards. The Silhouette server housed hundreds of files on the Union Act, immigrant families, voting preferences, you name it. I missed a phone call from Michael that night.
We must have just missed each other's calls. Not to worry. Look, I'm heading across to the Meta Center. Apparently there's something to do with one of their servers malfunctioning. I'm sure it's nothing too serious. Anyway, I'll try and call again soon. Okay. Love you. Bye.
I should have... I wish... At that very moment, our lives changed forever.
Steve, I've had a security alert. I've paged you the location.
I didn't want security to see me up there. They were already on edge from the server blowing. I made my way downstairs. Fire exit was the only route out. That green glow was my only focus now. Once I was out, there was no way back in. The events that transpired next were out of my control.
Oh, Mrs. Carson, it's you. I didn't expect you to still be here. I'm going to have to report you in the system. I'm sure you understand. Shouldn't you be leaving, Mrs. Carson?
The air smelt thick with something burning that night. Protesters were getting worse. even before what happened. As I walked further from the facility, I almost forgot how bad things were. The canal was always so peaceful. I remember someone listening to music on a canal boat. Funny. It wouldn't be safe to be out there now. The walk home usually helped me clear my mind after a day's work. That night was different. I was thinking about Michael, that he'd be sat at home waiting for me, that we had so much to talk about. The pre-Union Act was tearing the city apart. It wouldn't be long before the whole country was rioting. At the time, I didn't feel like I could make a change. I didn't have a voice.
Hey, you alright? How you doing? I best get on. Speak to you later.
The only way to stop the act from happening was to do something more radical, something, you know. I often wonder what he would have thought of me. I miss him more than you can ever know. He wasn't supposed to be. I didn't know. If I knew I was going to lose Michael, I'm so sorry, Michael. I just didn't know. That's why we're doing this.
Not a great deal can be
That's why
said
you're
in
all
favour
doing
of the
this.
past two governments' policies when referring to the UK's outlook on foreign relations. For a second time, the public opinion poll has shown dissatisfaction and, dare I say it, contempt for the way that the PM has handled the country's affairs of late. More money going out, less money coming in. And at the heart of the matter, mass immigration. The majority of jobs for the time being appear to be safe, but for how long? We've already seen huge cuts to healthcare funding and public services, and now the people are beginning to ask the more pressing question, where does it stop? Once more the suggestion has been made. Does the steadfast yet controversial Union Act hold the key to the country's success? A dramatic measure, some would argue, or the right tool for the right job? Stood here outside the Bowman Carlson building, there is a strong display of the divide that the country is feeling. One people, one Britain, one vote. That's what the slogan says, and one way or another, we may all be expected to vote on it very soon. If one thing remains true through all of these proceedings, it's that Britain is approaching its 11th hour, at the very least in terms of its financial prosperity. Tune in to the TBC debate using teletext number 53.